in our flagship strategy, which is ARKK, Tesla is our largest holding. But if you look at ARKQ, which is our autonomous technology and robotics strategy, we also own other names like BYD in China and XPeng and a little NIO as well. Now, why do we think EVs are the place to be? Well, we are analyzing battery technology, but more important, drivetrain technology, which includes batteries. And if you look at the cost curves associated with drivetrains, what you'll see is that for every cumulative doubling in the number of electric vehicles produced and sold, costs decline by roughly 28%. And it seems as though already the total cost of ownership of an electric vehicle is lower than that of a gas-powered vehicle, which means, which helps us understand why last year electric vehicle sales globally were up, I believe it was 62 or 64%, while gas-powered vehicles were down about 7% globally. So the electric vehicle shift is underway. Consumers want electric vehicles, a total cost of ownership cheaper. So last year, there were 7.7 million electric vehicles sold around the world. We think that number is going to 60 million in the next 5 years. Now, the consensus estimate is that it's going to only 20 million. So there's still a big gap between where we are and where the consensus view is. That 60 million, we believe, will account for 75% roughly of all vehicles sold in 5 years. So electric vehicles, very important. Now, many people focused on Asia say, wait a minute, BYD is winning here. And if you look at last year's sales, BYD's sales, if you look at hybrids and battery electric vehicles, they were up 211% to roughly 1.8 million units, whereas Tesla's vehicle sales were only up 40%. And so the question from Asia is, well, isn't BYD ahead of the game here? You might say yes, based on those statistics, but if you take out hybrid vehicles, and we think hybrid is going away. Hybrid is two systems in one, much more complicated, much more costly. And you look on that basis, BYD's pure battery electric vehicle sales last year were 900,000, whereas Tesla's were 1.4 million around the world. But electric is not the whole story here. In fact, from our point of view, when it comes to Tesla, their autonomous strategy, autonomous taxi platforms, is much more important than their electric vehicle strategy. In our view, our $1,500 price target for Tesla, it's a little over $200 now, but our $1,500 price target in 5 years is 2/3 because of autonomous. And when we listen to BYD, we do not hear autonomous as a strategy. We hear it more with XPeng, but again, they, from a unit volume point of view, are far behind BYD and Tesla. So that's how we're looking at the world right now.